The California coastal layer sits overhead as we welcome you to baseball from historic Dodger Stadium. A good matchup here for you tonight between the San Francisco Giants and the Los Angeles Dodgers. First pitch between Kershaw and Cueto next on the show. Clayton Kershaw out of the 49th state of Alaska is on the mound. What's your take on him, H?
Well, Matt, if you look at the rotation, this is the guy everybody questions. How is he still in it? ERA over 5 last season. But what I see is a guy that they trust. He's going to take the ball. He's going to go be out there and battle. And let's just see if maybe he can turn this trend around of inconsistency.
Now at the plate, Borges Hernandez. And we are set for baseball here this evening. And a cold strike on the game's first pitch as we bring you this one here tonight. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Takes a knee-high fastball.
Now we got an 0-2 count, Matt. And I tell you what, so impressive. He is executing his game plan, going right on the outside half and exploiting those weaknesses.
Here's Kershaw's 0-2 offering. That's inside and low. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Not a bad night to bring the parka along. 54 degrees at game time. Now the 1-2 pitch from Kershaw. And a good pitch there as this is swung on and missed for the first out of the ball game. And here's how the visiting San Francisco Giants line up in this one. Harold, what's the key for him against one of the best starters in the game?
Tell you what, Matt, they got a great pitcher going, so it takes the pressure off the offense. You know you don't need 5 or 6 runs to win a game. You just scrape out a couple, and he's going to make it stand up.
Here's the first baseman, Brandon Belt. First offering on its way. A changeup that just catches the bottom of the zone for a strike. Time to check our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is Freddie Ferguson.
Yeah, Matt, Freddie might call a few strikes below the knees in this one, but he tends to get pretty good reviews. Players don't argue a whole lot. He's consistent. He almost never impacts the game in a negative way.
Swing, and that's hit out of play up into the plaza level. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And he takes strike 3 called, and it's a pair of punch-outs that begin the ball game.
The main job of the number 1 and 2 hitters is to set the middle of the order up with an opportunity to do some damage. So when you strike both of them out, you're putting yourself in a pretty good position to make it through the teeth of the lineup without a whole lot of stress.
Here comes the first pitch. Buster Posey is in with 2 away here as this one swung on and missed for the first strike.
He's in a nice groove right now, Matt. He's already got 2 Ks in the inning, and I love the location. That ball's out of the zone. He gets another swing and miss, so he's got a chance to finish out this inning by maybe striking out the side.
Kershaw now on 1-1. Yanked on the ground down the line. And he tries for the backhand reach at third, but he gets by the glove down the line. So Hunter Pence will get a chance this inning following the 2-out hit.
So the first 2 batters of the inning go out, and then the 3-hitter gets a base hit here, bringing up the middle of the order. This guy's got power. It could be 2-0 before you blink.
Here's the right fielder, Hunter Pence, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. He takes his first cuts in this one with a man at first and 2 away. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Looks at a curveball called for a strike.
That's a high strike on a curveball right there. If he continues to throw that pitch, we won't be mentioning his name very much longer in this game. He's going to have to get that ball down to be effective.
He got him. Lively fastball that time, and it puts an end to the inning. One left for San Francisco. It's the Giants nothing. Dodgers coming up. You're watching NL West baseball, and it's on The Show. Johnny Cueto is on the mound for the Giants in this one. Harold, what do you got?
Well, Matt, if you look at the rotation, this is the guy everybody questions. How is he still in? An ERA over 5 last season. But what I see is a guy that they trust. He's going to take the ball. He's going to be out there and battle. And let's just see if maybe he can turn this trend around of inconsistency.
Now at the plate, Logan Forsythe. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Logan Forsythe.
And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1. The windup and the 0-1. And boy, well hit, but out of play into the stands in deep right.
Oh, man, I think he thought he was going to get another breaking ball right there. He's a little bit late on that fastball. That's a nice pitch, though, following that breaking pitch to keep him off balance with the heater.
They really bunch him up on that one as he swings and misses for the first out. Time now to check out how the hometown Dodgers line up in this one. How do they go about taking down their big rival, Harold?
Well, the key to me in this one, I'm going to throw a cliche at you, Matt. You know I don't use many cliches. I would have to say have great energy. Play with some enthusiasm. Be excited about playing. And if they do that, man, they carry it through for 9 innings. Look out.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Corey Seager comes on with one away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0. 1 out, nobody on. And this is going to find the crowd down the left field line. It's a ball and a strike. And he finds a way to catch the zone here. It's 1-2. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone.
Well, there's the great equalizer, the changeup, El Cambio. Listen, if you can keep that pitch in your back pocket and pull it out when you need it, like you did right there, usually hitters, they don't stand a chance.
Stepping in now, Justin Turner. First pitch here is hit off to the right side and fouled. It's strike 1.
When you're on the road, you look for that one guy that's going to be able to get that W for you, and you consider it a win day. He's starting off nice right now. 2 strikeouts in the bottom of the first. You got to be thinking, this is our guy. This is a chance to get a W.
And Dan, that's a pretty good example of why he's such a great pitcher.
Yeah, stuff. Stuff is obviously the important key to being dominant on the mound, but it doesn't mean a whole lot if you don't have outstanding control to go along with it. But he does, and he really spotted that pitch.
Cueto sets his sights. Here it is on a ball and 2 strikes. Hit back up the middle. There is Crawford. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. 1, 2, 3 go the Dodgers. Still no score. Here's the shortstop, Brandon Crawford. He'll be the one to start things here against Clayton Kershaw.
Shortstop, Brandon Crawford.
Into the windup and the pitch. Here's a blooper out toward left center. Toles comes on and makes the catch in shallow left for route number 1.
All right, time for the majestic defensive alignment for the Dodgers. In this day and age, when teams are moving all over the place playing the shift, these guys are old school, very traditional. You don't see the shift applied very often in this club.
Now at the plate, Eduardo Nunez. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Here's the first pitch to him. And a ball 1-0. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. That one's going to find the seats. Strike one. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Slider stayed too low. Ball 2.
Pretty good pitch and a great take there. There's not a lot you could do with that slider breaking down, and unless you can catch it way out front and hook it down the line, you see a lot of swinging misses on those.
Changeup, called a strike, and he comes back even at 2-2.
I like how he's mixing up the fastball and the changeup right there. That's how we got the 2-2 count. I think he comes back with a changeup here.
And now this ball's lifted in the air down the right field line, but this will get back into the seats, so the count holds at 2-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And another foul ball. The 2-2 one more time. That was a curveball that never really broke, stayed high.
He still might be looking for that release point on that curveball early in this outing. That one looked like it popped out of his hand behind his ear instead of out front. We'll see if he finds that pitch because it'll be important for him.
And here's a ball hit in the air. And he'll lunge out of a crouch to make the play for out number 2. And the versatile Mac Williamson hits next. He'll work on keeping this top of the second alive. First pitch coming. Here it is. And this one's not close. It's in the dirt for ball 1. No score here as we play inning number 2. And he misses again. 2-0. Two and 0 count, and the pitch. 3-0 now.
Yeah, he's all over the place right now. No doubt he's clearly fighting his mechanics.
And this is taken low for ball 4, and they'll have themselves a 2-out base runner here after all.
Batting 8th, the pitcher number 47.
Coming to the plate now, Johnny Cueto, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. From the stretch. Swing and a miss way behind the big fastball.
It can be tough to lay off a high fastball like that because right at your eye level, it looks like it's so easy to hit, and then it's by you.
High set by Kershaw. Now the pitch. Waved at and missed, and he's behind 0-2. Strike 3 called as he can't get the bat off his shoulders. Side retired. Giants leave 1. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Stepping into the box, Adrian Gonzalez. He'll lead it off against Johnny Cueto.
Gonzalez.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Ball 1.
Backdoor breaking ball just missed right there. It's such an effective pitch if you can hit the corner with it, but no dice this time.
Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. That misses. 2-0. Now here's the pitch. Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0. Yasmani Grandal is on deck. Here it comes on 3-0. And a curious looking swing that time, as he likely had ball 4 there, but instead it's 3-1. Now here it comes. Bounced weakly near the plate. That's a foul ball.
Well, he's out in front of that changeup. I tell you what, he had to honor the fastball. The fastball, the pitch before, and back with the changeup. That's a great combination.
And he swings on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate.
That's a nice pitch. A fastball in that jams him. And now you go back outside. You know he's got to protect it.
Panic with the dive to first. He's out. And what a vital play there, preventing the leadoff man from getting aboard. Here's the catcher, Yasmani Grandal. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Just got a piece of the fastball that time as it's chopped foul at the plate for strike 1. The windup and the 0-1. Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. And this will not be caught. It's a foul ball.
Every time you go out there to start a game on the mound, you hope to settle in quickly and get into a groove. And he's definitely done that so far in the early going. Looks like he could go pretty deep into this one.
Got him swinging. Chased it well out of the zone, and there are 2 gone.
Hey, every pitcher looks to get off to a good start, and I'd say he's off to a good start. How about the first 5 batters he's faced? 3 of them he's sent down via the strikeout.
In now is Yasiel Puig. As he'll take a look at ball 1. He'll try to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom of the second. Cueto's ready. 1-0 on its way. Squared that one up just a little late.
Well, now we've seen the combination of the 2-seamer and the cutter. That is a lethal combination, because now he's taken away the ability of the hitter to sit on one direction of the pitch.
Down low, 2 balls and a strike. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Here's a high pop-up. Nunez is under it near the mound. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. Dodgers down in order. We'll move to the 3rd with no score. Here's Joe Panik, and he'll start out their half of the 3rd. Top of the order to follow.
Baseman, Joe Panik.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner.
Well, he got a high strike on a fastball right there. That's pretty unusual. Usually early in the count, you're going to see a guy work down in the zone. That high fastball, usually the put-away pitch with 2 strikes. He pitched him backwards right here.
Little late on this one as it's lifted the other way down the left field line. And that's in there. Base hit. Around first. He's digging for second. And he'll pull into second here with nobody out.
Managers these days like to think of that 9-hole hitter as the second leadoff man, and he plays the role pretty well right here. Gets the leadoff double, and now he gives the real leadoff man a chance to bring him home.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Gorkys Hernandez. And he'll hit with a chance to push across the game's first run.
Yeah, great RBI opportunity here, but at the very least, he needs to find a way to advance that runner to 3rd. Small things like that in a tight game can make a big difference.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. A high fastball is in there. Chop foul over towards the coaching box. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. And there's one well above the zone for a ball.
I like the high fastball 0-2. Now I know he's sitting 1-2, but you showed him a great fastball. Now he's got to honor that, and you can set him up with anything.
One and two. Here it comes. Swung on in the dirt. Strike 3. He'll throw down to first. 1 away.
Good pitch there, and that was a nice job by his battery mate to complete the play first after the ball hit the dirt.
Standing in now, Brandon Belt, high in the air out to center field. Peterson is back, and he'll get there to make the play for out number 2. Digging in for his second at bat, Buster Posey. He singled his last time up. First offering on its way. And he'll try to crowd him there to start the at-bat. It's 1-0.
Here we go, guys. Come on.
He's ready. Here's the 1-0. And he gets the call that time for strike number 1.
What a great adjustment. The high fastball in the first one didn't have a good release point. The next one he's able to put it on the corner, correcting himself as the at-bat goes on. I love it.
Third inning, no score to this point. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball. To 2-2 now.
That is power versus power. Here it is. Here's my best fastball. I'm going to get it up in the zone. I dare you to hit it.
Now Kershaw delivers a 2-2. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. One left for San Francisco. Home half of the third coming up. No score. Here's Jock Peterson now. 7, 8, and 9 to start the home third.
Not much going on offensively so far for these guys. 6 up, 6 down. We'll see if the bottom part of the lineup can get something going.
Well, the home crowd seems a little restless, so I'm sure they'd appreciate it. Into the windup and the pitch. Outside target here, and he hits it for strike 1. The windup and the 0-1. Now a swing, and he just fouls this one away. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And here's a slider. Strike 3 called, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
Well, he certainly wasn't intimidated on the mound right there. He had to stare down a really good hitter, and instead of working around the zone, he challenged him with 3 straight good pitches. I like that he didn't give his opponent too much credit.
And that'll bring in the speedy left-handed hitter Andrew Toles, as he'll take a look at an off-speed pitch here that misses for ball one. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. I had him guessing that time, as he's barely able to foul it away.
Matt, I like the last two pitches. A changeup and then a fastball, and he's late with the swing on the fastball right there. You got him in between right now, and that's an advantage to the pitcher.
No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Here it comes. There's a knee-high pitch that catches the zone.
We're seeing him in an absolute groove out there on the mound right now. Retired 7 straight, and mechanically, he looks really consistent and fluid to me.
Hit in the air to straightaway center. Hernandez moving to his left, and he brings it in for the second out of the inning.
Batting ninth, pitcher, Clayton.
Digging in, Clayton Kershaw. His guys still looking at a 0 in the hit column. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Way in front of that fastball. Dodgers have yet to break into the hit column here. Takes a high fastball for a strike. And he missed with it. It's 1-2.
On 0-2, you'll sometimes get a guy to chase a fastball out of the zone away or up, but when it's way down like that, it's much easier to lay off because you can tell the ball is moving further away from eye level as it comes in.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. And a good swing there, as this is deep down the line and right, but this is going to wind up out of play.
Oh, he might have got away with one. 2-strike breaking ball that ended up being in the zone. I think he probably wanted that out of the zone, but fortunately, he just fouled it off.
And that misses 2-2.
Well, you talk about fighting. He's fouling balls off, fouling them off in a 1-2 count. He finally took a ball right there. I wonder if he feels more confident or he wants to keep swinging.
The slider freezes him at the plate. A called third strike, and the inning comes to a close. 1-2-3 go the Dodgers. We'll head to the 4th, still scoreless. With Harold Reynolds and Dan Plesac, Matt Vasgersian, as Hunter Pence digs in to get the inning started.
Hunter Pence.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Takes a fastball on the inside corner. Still all zeros in the run column here in the 4th inning. Dan, does this continue, or does somebody score here?
Oh, you have to love, you know, Matt, we have so many of these games that are 12-10 and 9-8. It's nice to see a low-scoring pitcher's duel for once.
And no offer that time from Pence, as it evens the count at 1-1. And the pitch. Slider just off the black there, and it's to 2-1 now.
Wow, kind of an interesting pitch call there. The batter flailed at the pitch away on the previous one, so you'd think you'd go right back there, but instead they decided to come in. Make him prove he can adjust before you do.
There's a swing, and he sends a ball high in the air into left field. Toles going back at the track. He gets there to make the play for the first out of the inning.
The batter, number 35. Shortstop.
Ready for another chance? Brandon Crawford. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. First pitch of the at-bat. A called strike over the outside corner. Pitching has the upper hand early as we're scoreless in inning number 4. 0-2 now as Crawford comes up empty on that one.
I think it's safe to say he wasn't ready for the fastball.
Yeah, and they set him up with that curveball on the pitch before, and that one, they just blew right by him.
And they could go either way now, I suppose.
And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2.
I like that they went away with that pitch right there. They really tried to tie him up on that previous pitch, so he was probably what we call inside conscious. He didn't get a strike there, but I'm guessing he was looking for another ball in.
Skied in the air to straightaway left, giving chase his tolls. Legs churning. He's headed for second, and that one skips up over the wall for a ground rule double.
Now batting, third baseman, Eduardo Nunez.
In now, Eduardo Nunez, as he'll look at a breaking ball that misses for ball one. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Here it comes, 1-0. And misses badly on a pitch down in the dirt.
After 2 breaking pitches, there's a pretty good chance right now you're probably going to get something right in the middle of the strike zone to swing at. So if you're looking for it, go ahead and turn that baby loose.
Two 2-0 pitch on the way. 3-0 now.
That's that controversial pitch right there. It's in the zone, should be called a strike by the book, but it's not a strike in baseball, not in the big leagues anyway.
He's set. Here's the 3-0. Takes a fastball on the inside corner.
I really like what he did right there. 2-0, he wasn't able to hit the spot he was shooting for. 3-0, he made a better pitch, and now he sits 3-1. Let's see what he does here.
Here it is on 3-1. And that misses ball 4. So with 1 out, that'll at least set up the double play possibility here that could get them out of the inning.
You know, it takes a lot of discipline to watch a pitch like that go by, but on a 3-1 count, he had the luxury of being a little bit more selective up there. Good take and a walk is the result.
Standing in, Mac Williamson. He drew a base on balls his first time up. And he'll lay off a fastball here in a good spot, but ruled the ball 1-0. He's ready. Here's the 1-0. And he falls behind now, 2-0.
Well, I know the last thing he wants to do is load the bases right here, so the pressure is on right now to get back in the strike zone.
Ready with the 2-0. Outside and low, 3-0.
Well, nothing can make you question yourself on that mound more than 3 straight balls to a guy you know that you should go right after. Sometimes you just lose the strike zone and you don't know why.
Here it comes on 3-0. Looking at a fastball for a strike on the corner.
3-1 with 2 on, and this is where you got to be geared up for something to drive. I don't think you can just groove him one right here. You still have to try to make a competitive pitch.
Crawford leads from second. Here's the pitch. Full count now, 3-2.
He was able to sneak that fastball by him on 3-1. So now we've got a battle on our hands.
Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. Strike 3 called, and now he's 1 out away from getting out of this.
Boy, it's been a rough go through these middle innings so far. This offense right now really doesn't have an answer for anything that he's throwing. He's attacking up, down, in and out in the strike zone. He's been awfully dominant up to this point.
Digging in to try it again, Johnny Cueto. 2 men on, 2 away here in the 4th. First delivery to him on the way. In there for strike 1.
Matt, this is where I like this guy pitching. First and second, he's got 2 outs. He's got himself a little bit of a jam, but now he likes to paint the corners. Watch him fight himself out of this situation.
Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. Grounded back up the middle, and that's through into center field. Base hit. He'll come home with it. The tag from Grandal, and they get him at home plate. Giants leave a couple. On to the bottom of the 4th now, still with no score. Standing in, Logan Forsythe. Back to the top of the lineup as they're still looking for their first base runner in this one.
No doubt about that, Matt. They've yet to figure this guy out on the mound. He's looked great so far.
He has, but we'll see if this second trip through the order changes anything.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what kind of adjustments these hitters are able to make in the middle innings of this game.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1. The pitch. And this is sliced foul into the stands in right, out of play. A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. A changeup over the inside corner.
Great job on those last 2 pitches of varying speeds. Gave him a hard fastball, and then he locked him up with a changeup.
And this is swung on and missed, and this 4th inning will start the same way he ended the 3rd, with a strikeout, and there's 1 away. Good job of making him chase a pitch for the strikeout there.
Yeah, Matt, that's the advantage of getting ahead in the count. You can really force hitters to expand their zone and protect, and when they're in that mode, getting them to go after a pitch they can't do much with becomes a lot easier.
Here's Corey Seager. As he takes a called strike at the knees, it's 0-1. Looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at bat. The 0-1 pitch. Takes a look at a strike over the inside corner.
Well, he finds himself down 0-2, but those are 2 good pitchers' pitches. Both on the inside half, both for strikes. There's nothing you can do with it. You just got to hope now you get something to hit.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And a neck-high fastball that time.
Boy, if you're going to throw a pitch like that to this guy, you have to make sure it's up above the zone like that. He can't do a whole lot with that, but if it were a little lower, he can and will make you pay big time.
Little chopper back to the mound. In time to first, and there are 2 away.
Now batting, 3rd baseman, Justin Turner.
Riding in once again, Justin Turner. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Cueto into his motion. Here comes the first pitch. Fastball too high to start him out here, 1-0. And he fires in a strike this time to make it 1 ball and 1 strike.
Even though he let that one go, you know that's the kind of pitch he likes to take a big hack at. Not too many power hitters that don't like a stomach-high fastball, so he's probably not throwing that one again.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fouled back. Now here's the pitch. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Here he comes again, 1-2. And a good pitch, but it misses here, and that moves the count back to even on the Dodger third baseman, 2-2.
Well, one thing about him, he's an absolute grinder at the plate. You can pretty much count on him battling at the plate every chance he gets.
Back up the middle. That's a hit, the first in this game for the Dodgers.
Well, it looks like just a ground ball base hit in the box scores, but man, that ball is hit hard up the middle. He's going to do well for himself. He stays consistent and keeps that approach.
Here's Adrian now, as he will take strike one on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Strike 2. On its way, the 0-2 pitch. This is hit the other way out toward left field. Williamson's under it. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. Dodgers leave 1 through 4. Still tied, 0-0. Here's Joe Panik. He'll start things out here in a tie ball game.
Second baseman, Joe Panik.
Into the windup and the pitch. Lays off 1-0. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. This is in the air to right. Puig is camped under this one, and he puts it away for the first out.
Now batting, the center fielder, Gorky.
Ready for another shot now. Gorky Hernandez. Been a strikeout victim twice in this one. Into the windup and the pitch. And that misses, ball 1. And a slider stays outside, and he falls behind 2-0.
We've seen him go down on strikes more than once in this game, so this has been a better approach by him at this at-bat. Much more patient, and he's gotten himself into a good hitter's count.
2-1 now. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And he lays off again, ball 3.
This is one of those rare hitters counts we've seen in this game. They're just having a difficult time getting it going.
Into his motion. Here comes the 3-1. Strike 2 at a pitch that catches the outside corner. No runs, 4 hits, and no errors on the Giant ledger to this point. And he struck out again. That's the 3rd time he's gone down on strikes in this one.
No hitter is ever going to feel good about taking the hat trick with 3 strikeouts in a game, but I will say he's not the first guy to have a terrible game against my man on the mound. And you know what? He won't be the last. We all know he's one of the best in the business for a reason.
Here's the first baseman, Brandon Belt, as Kershaw will get the upper hand here with strike 1. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. The windup and the 0-1. Took a wave at one around the shins with no luck.
The discipline has just been completely absent from this offense. Seems like they're always finding themselves behind the count, and a big reason why is they're swinging at all kinds of stuff that's not even in the strike zone. I have no issue wasting a pitch on 0-2 to try to get a guy to go fishing, but it has to be somewhat tempting. You're not going to get anyone to swing at a bat at that pitch.
Trying to send him packing for the second time. Hit on the ground down the first baseline, but this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2. Another 1-2 delivery, and he's got himself another one as he picks up strikeout number 9 here, and the side is retired. Giants down in order. Halfway home, still no score. Digging in the switch hitter, Yasmani Grandal. He'll look to get something going here in this scoreless ball game. And here's a called strike at the knees. Don't think he liked that one too much, but it's 0-1. And the pitch. Off the plate and in. It's a ball and a strike. Changeup just off the black, and it's 2-1. Set to deliver on 2-1. And a swing and a miss as that looked like self-defense there. It's 2-2.
Oh, wow. That's what they call a jam sandwich. Wow. Not much you can do with that pitch that's in tight.
Set to deal on 2-2. Hit hard but foul.
He's clearly looking to hit off the fastball and adjust. That's a pretty good swing after seeing 2 fastballs now in a row.
And he lays off, so it's full now, 3-2.
Well, they haven't had a lot of offense in this game. Right now, though, you got 3 balls here. Maybe this will be the leadoff walk that gets things going for him.
Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here. Another payoff pitch. Again, he sends it out of play.
Oh, that's one he's going to want back right there. A fastball right in your wheelhouse, and you foul it off.
Swinging a soft liner, and that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit. So that puts the leadoff man aboard to get the inning underway.
2 strikes on him, and he flips one out to center field. You couldn't have thrown that any better.
Wei.
In now is Yasiel Puig as he pops the first pitch foul behind the plate. Now this is on the ground to first. We'll see if they can get 2. There's one on to Belt, and they turn to a double play.
That's one of the hardest double plays to turn right there because of the difficult throw the first baseman has to make. No problem this time, though, and they get the 2 outs they were looking for.
Here's Jock Peterson now. As he'll take a look at a strike right down the middle. It's 0-1. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Took a wave at one around the shins with no luck.
Looking at the first pitch for a strike, then takes a swing, and now you find yourself down 0-2. He's just got a battle. Spread out, get ready to swing at anything close, and make sure you don't get called out on a 3rd strike.
Can't get him to chase. It's 1-2. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Dodgers thus far. hit in the air to right field. Pence is in his tracks now, and he will put it away to retire the side. Dodgers go down quietly. Sixth inning coming up. Still zip, zip. Here's Buster Posey now. He'll try and get things started as we begin inning number 6.
28, Buster Posey.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Skied into straightaway right. Puig's got a read on it. One away.
The right fielder, number 8, Hunter Pence.
Here's the right fielder, Hunter Pence. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ball game. In there at the knees, strike 1.
You know, Matt, he's having great success, but I can't say it's because of the first pitch strike. Now, that's over 60% of the time he's throwing that for a strike, but usually to have this kind of success, you would think the ratio would be much higher.
A fastball down near the shoe tops. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Grounder down the line at third, but a foul ball. 1-2 the count now. Ready to deliver the 1-2. And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2.
He's got him on the ropes at 2-2, but I don't think he'll try to get him out with another curveball. He's seen it already a couple of times, so it's not going to surprise him anymore.
Just lucky to make contact on that one as it's chopped foul.
Tell you what, his spot has been the outside pitch right there, and now we're late in the game and he continues to pound the outside pitch, and it's really working out for him.
And he just gets a piece there as this is chopped foul. And he struck him out. The 10th victim set down on strikes thus far.
That's 10 strikeouts for him now, and I'll tell you, he could rack up quite a few more before he's done. Still a lot of game left in this one.
Trying to pick things up where we left off. Brandon Crawford, 1 for 2 with a double on his line thus far. First offering on its way. Way out in front.
You know, when a guy starts to get tired, you often see their breaking stuff start to flatten out, but that's not the case here. Still has really nice finish on that slider, as we just saw.
In the air now, out to left, waiting on it his toes, and that retires the side. Giants are down 1-2-3. And this is still a 0-0 ball game. And that'll bring in the speedy left-handed hitter Andrew Toll. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Swing and a miss just behind a lively fastball.
If you're going to catch up to a high fastball like that, it's all about getting that front foot down in enough time to allow your hands to start moving forward. He was way too late there.
Lifted in the air to straightaway center. Moving under it, Hernandez. And that's the first out of the inning.
The pitcher, number 22, Clayton Kershaw.
Striding in once again, Clayton Kershaw. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Into the windup and the pitch. Started to go down after it, and he couldn't hold back. It's strike 1. Ball
0-1.
You know he wants that on the mound, especially if it would have made the count 0-2. Didn't get it, though, so now you have to make another quality pitch on 1-1.
Comes with a slider there as it's lifted down the line in left. And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now.
Up next for the Dodgers.
Digging in to try it again. Logan Forsythe. 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts for him so far. Cueto into his motion. Here's the first pitch. And he'll try to crowd him there to start the at-bat. It's 1-0.
Well, that two-seam fastball ran a little too much off the plate, but now that sets him up to work with something away and maybe even an off-speed pitch.
1-0 count. Here it is. And a fastball just a bit high. From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. A high fastball is in there. And there's a pitch that just misses the inside corner.
Well, he doesn't have any walks yet. He's going to have to come in the zone right here and really avoid throwing that first walk of the game.
2 out, nobody on. And this is taken low for ball 4, and they'll have themselves a 2-out base runner here after all.
Well, they've been unable to get to this guy, so they'll take base runners any way they can get him. At the very least, you make him work from the stretch and add to his pitch total.
Ready for another chance? Corey Seager. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout in this one. He's set, and the pitch. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner.
When you're facing this good a hitter, man, that strike one becomes so important to get ahead with him and make him think about something else. Now you can control the at bat.
2 out with the man at first. Popped high in the air. Nunez is there for it. And that ends the inning. 1 left for LA. We are still scoreless. Back here at Dodger Stadium. Neither team denting the run column quite yet as we look at the game summary through the first 6 innings of play. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Eduardo Nunez. And guys, 7th inning already. Hey, I'm not complaining, but this one's been flying by.
Yeah, I'll agree with that, Matt. That's what you get when both starting pitchers have it working. Neither of them have been nibbling around the strike zone at all, and they've trusted their defense to make the plays, and they've done just that.
Yeah, and it's resulted in a game that could really go either way in these late innings. Hit the other way out toward right field. Puig is underneath this one, and very quickly one gone.
Now batting, left fielder, Mac Williamson.
Ready once again, Mac Williamson. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Some action in the Dodger bullpen now as it appears they have both a lefty and a right-hander up and throwing. And he takes a pitch that's ruled a strike at the knees. Pretty liberal strike zone there. It's 0-1.
Well, that's another first pitch strike right there. Now he's over 70% so far in this game. First pitch strike to hitters. That's why he's deep in the game right now.
The windup and the 0-1. And this is popped foul off to the right and back into the seats.
I think a big reason why he's been so effective in this one, that he's been just about getting ahead of every hitter. Seems like every one of them are 0-2, 1-2, and it's just about every at bat. And when that's the case, your chances of getting a good pitch to hit are way worse.
And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2.
Tried to get him to chase that 0-2 curveball there, but he wasn't biting. Very well could see it again here, though.
Kershaw still unscored upon here through 6 1/3 innings. And he struck him out. And there's strikeout number 11 in the ball game.
Let's take a look at the sequence here again. The first three pitches, all three down in the zone. So now you've got a guy that's thinking something down around the knees. He's conditioned to kind of look down there. That's when you mix it up and put it by him at the letters.
Ready for another shot now. Johnny Cueto. 2 away in the inning, and Dan, it looks like this could be another 1, 2, 3 inning for him.
Yeah, he has really found a groove on the mound, and it's been impressive to watch. It'll be interesting to see how long he can keep this dominance up.
First pitch of the at-bat. Knee-high slider that he takes a look at.
Guys, I've been really impressed with him tonight. I mean, he's carving these guys up with all of his pitches.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Fastball misses in the dirt as he tried to get him to chase the low one. And that fastball's too much for him there. 1-2.
Boy, he's been great in this one, and he's only 1 strike away from putting another 0 on the scoreboard.
Now the 1-2 pitch from Kershaw. And this is fouled back and out of play. And he lays off it to even the count 2-2. Fly ball out to straightaway right. Puig's got a read on it. And that's the 3rd out. Giants down in order. Still no score.
7th inning stretch.
Digging in and looking for more, Justin Turner. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game.
Justin Turner.
And with Adrian Gonzalez just around the corner, we'll see a lefty getting loose in the bullpen now. Ball 1.
Wow, count now 1-0 with a real good slugger up at the plate. This is the time as a pitcher you have to really make some good pitches. This is not the time to just groove one right down the middle.
Lays off a fastball that doesn't miss by much, and it's 2-0.
Not the ideal spot to be right here. 2-0 count on a real good hitter. Boy, you're going to have to make some really good pitches now.
Heading out towards shallow right. Pence has a read on it. 1 down.
The first baseman, number 23, Adrian Gonzalez.
Digging in now, Adrian Gonzalez. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point. Into the windup and the pitch. Sharp slider that time, just missed inside. Here comes the 1-0. And this is going to find the crowd down the left field line. It's a ball and a strike.
That's a nice pitch right there. He threw him a breaking ball, comes back with the fastball, and now he's late. Now he doesn't know how to adjust. He's kind of caught in between. You got him set up perfectly.
Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. And this is going to find the crowd down the left field line. Count holds at 1-2. Now another 1-2. Just a bit high that time as he misses for a ball. He's ready with the 2-2 pitch. And he'll just get a piece here as this is chopped foul at home plate. Ready with another 2-2. Line toward the gap in left center. Williamson is there, and he'll bring this one in.
I know they say sometimes that these things even out, but that was a bullet line drive that gets caught. He would have represented the go-ahead run.
Here's the catcher, Yasmani Grandal. As the first pitch here's a bit high, it's ball one. 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far. And he takes a called strike one. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And this ball runs away for ball 2. 2-1.
I'm pretty surprised by the location on those last 3 pitches. The book on him is that he hits the Wei pitch pretty well, and he just saw 3 in a row out there.
So does he go back out there again?
No, Matt, I expect him to mix it up. Most catchers won't call for the same location over and over and over. Time to focus here. This game is way too close to be walking, guys, so we'll see if he can make him swing the bat on this next pitch.
Hard hit ball to second. And that'll get down for a 2-out single. So with 2 out here, Yasiel Puig gets a chance to bat this inning.
Well, it's not rocket science. You fall behind 3-1 to this guy, you're probably going to give up a base hit when you throw him a fastball.
Digging in once again, Yasiel Puig. He started out the evening 0 for 2 so far. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Hit in the air out to center field. Hernandez is after it. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. Dodgers leave 1, and this is still a 0-0 ball game. Now to the plate, Joe Panik. 1 for 2 with a double on the ledger so far.
Joe Panik.
First offering on its way. And that one stayed too low, apparently. One 1-0 pitch on the way. And looked like ball 2 below the knees, but it's ruled a strike, and that evens the count at 1-1. Now here it comes. This one softly hit and fouled off to the left, and that moves the count to 1-2 now. And he's just rolling right now, and even dozen strikeouts for him in the ball game.
Now batting, the center fielder.
Now at the plate, Gorkys Hernandez. He's gone hitless in this one, Dan, and he's not alone.
No, he's not, Matt. This lineup has had no answer for their opponent on the mound so far.
First pitch of the at-bat. Just does manage to get a piece there as this is bounced foul. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Now he'll try to bunt his way on base here, but this will roll foul. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And a neck-high fastball that time. One and two. Here it comes. And this is lined right back up the middle. And that'll find its way into center field for a 1-out hit.
Boys, he had a rough day. 3 strikeouts, and he finally gets a base hit. Tell you what, that's going to give him a little bit of confidence that he can even put a ball in play anymore. Go 0 for 3.
Here comes the Dodger manager making his way toward the mound. And we're going to see a pitching change, as that's going to do it for his starter here tonight. He'll depart with our score tied, and he'll still be accountable for the runner at first. And the best he can do is a no decision in this one. Pedro Baez enters to make an appearance on the mound as he inherits a runner at first with 1 out in the inning. Into the box now, Brandon Belt, as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike one. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Here comes the 0-1. Oh, he looked like a caveman swinging a club on that one. It's 0-2 now.
I'll tell you, he just doesn't look comfortable in the box to me tonight. He's been off balance with his swings, and that one completely tied him up.
Now the 0-2 pitch. And he misses there. 1-2.
You know, that almost works like a pitch out there. Maybe you get the guy to chase out of the zone, but at the very least, it gives the catcher something good to throw if the man on first is on the move.
Working for the punch out and the offering. Look out. That one almost got away from him. 2-2 now. Possible go-ahead runs on first, 1 away. Got him. And that's the 3rd time we've written a K next to his name in this one. What's your take on all the strikeouts we see in the game today, Dan? That was his 3rd tonight, and it seems we're seeing that a lot more these days.
Yeah, Matt, there's been a real change in philosophy as far as hitting in baseball today. A lot of guys think now that an out is an out, a strikeout is just as good as a regular out, but we're seeing strikeouts at an alarming rate in baseball right now.
Now the Dodgers get a right-hander up and throwing in their bullpen. Here's Buster Posey now as he overcommits here to a slider out of the zone. 1 strike to count. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. Before the delivery, a check on that go-ahead run at first. The 0-1 delivery. And he'll try to take control of the inside part of the plate here as that misses.
Not sure if that was a purpose pitch or not, but I liked it. As a pitcher, sometimes you've got to be willing to back the guy off the plate by running something hard inside. You can't just let guys be comfortable standing in the batter's box against you.
Pitch outside, the throw. Not in time. He's in there at second.
It was pretty obvious he would likely be on the move with 2 outs, and I'm sure the defense knew it too, but he has lightning speed and was able to take the bag anyways.
From the belt, kicks and deals. Ground ball sent back up the middle. On to first, and this will remain a tie ball game as the inning is over. Dodger bullpen does its job. Home half of the 8th straight ahead, and we still have no score. Here's Jock Peterson now. 3rd trip to the plate for him here tonight. 0 for 2 at this point.
Jock Peterson.
First delivery to him on the way. Tough slider down low for a strike. The windup and the 0-1. Off-speed pitch, and this one runs in and nearly gets him here.
Well, he's thrown a lot of pitches in this one, but it's not like he's walking a bunch of guys. Only 1 free pass to this point, but they're still making him work really hard.
And he pumps the fastball by him here. 1-2 now. Looking to punch him out again. The pitch. Chopper foul. And a fastball swung on and missed as they set him down for the 2nd time here tonight.
That was a good job tying him up inside on that strikeout pitch. It wasn't even in the strike zone, but with the hitter protecting with 2 strikes, that's the kind of pitch you can get him to offer at, and he's probably not going to do much with it when he does make contact.
And that'll bring in the speedy left-handed hitter Andrew Toles. 0 for 2 for him to this point. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. And they'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2.
0-2 pitch, not even close to the zone, and a fastball might be an indication that he's going to start using some of his secondary pitches.
Look out. That one almost got away from him. 2-2 now.
Well, we all know he can burn on a base pass, right? But that's a little tougher to do when you've got a nice goose egg on your leg. It's tough to do like that.
All even at 2-2. Here it is. And the changeup just missed the inside corner.
Hey, one of the things you want to do with a starter, get that pitch count up. Here's another productive at bat as this count now gets to 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Crowd gets up for the 3-2. Rolled slowly to first. And he'll step on first for the out. 3 unassisted.
Now batting, pitcher.
Chase Utley will get the call to pinch hit here as we'll see what he can do with 2 out and the base is empty. And it looks now like a right-hander's getting hot in the Giants bullpen. And looked inside, but that's ruled as strike. 0-1. Now here's the pitch. And a good swing there as this is deep down the line in right, but this is going to wind up out of play.
Well, he fouls off that fastball right there, and you wonder, does he love his fastball enough to come back with it 3 times in a row?
And they'll try to get Utley to chase, but he holds off. It's 1-2. 2 out, nobody on. And here's a ball hit in the air. In there, a base hit. Throwing to second. Not in time, and he's in there with a double.
Man, that swing looked like self-defense than a real quality swing. But, hey, he muscled it out there, and it was enough to get him safely to second. Those are the kind of hits that will drive you nuts as a pitcher.
Now here comes Bruce Bochy out of the Giants dugout on his way to the mound. And that'll signal the end for Johnny Cueto. He departs in a tie ball game, but is responsible for that runner at second, so the best he can hope for is a no decision here. Hunter Strickland enters here looking to get the final out before the 9th inning.
Number 60, Hunter Strickland.
At the plate, Logan Forsythe. And his guys are looking to erase that donut on the scoreboard with the runner in scoring position.
Yeah, Matt, they've been really shut down so far in this one. They've had runners on base, but haven't been able to string anything together.
From the belt, the pitch. In there, no balls and a strike. Here comes the 0-1. Hit down the third baseline. And this gets right through him, and that may be a run. The run comes across to score, and they jump ahead 1-0.
Well, that's a huge base hit. Anytime you get a hit late in the game to give you the lead in the ball game, you feel good about yourself, and his teammates are pumped up as well.
And now the Giants are going to get a left-hander up and throwing in the bullpen. Here's Corey Seager. As he'll take a look at a slider here that finds the zone for strike 1. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. Good changeup that time, but he wouldn't bite on it. Hits are even right now at 5 aside. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Two balls and a strike. Here it comes. And he'll try to hold back on the pitch inside, but he pretty clearly broke the plane that time. It's strike 2. From the stretch. Not where he wanted that fastball to be, and it's 3-2 now.
All right, 3-2 count with 2 outs. The runner on first will be moving, so we'll see what happens. There are a lot of possible outcomes with this kind of play.
Count is full. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. A run on 2 hits, and they leave 1. We've played 8 full. LA's on top, 1-0. Kenley Jansen comes on from the pen, hoping to finish this one off here in the top of the 9th.
Kenley Jansen.
Here's the right fielder, Hunter Pence. He's going to lead things off in their half of the 9th as they try to avoid the dreaded shutout.
It's never a good feeling to get shut out, and over the course of the season, it's bound to happen a few times. They've just been overmatched by good pitching.
Ninth inning begins as the first pitch is taken for ball 1. The 1-0 now to Pence. Cut fastball, and it's by him 1-1. Now a swing and a miss, and he's behind 1-2. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Back up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit for Pence. So a good start to the inning for the Giants. Leadoff hitters aboard.
That's a big leadoff hit late in the game right there. Now you're down 1. You get the leadoff guy on. Now he can do a lot of things. Will he steal? Will they bunt him over? Will he score on a gapper? Maybe score on a home run. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how they get him home.
Here's the shortstop, Brandon Crawford. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. They'll be looking for something he could drive into the gap and drive home that tying run from first. Here it comes, 1-0. Good looking sinker on the inside corner. One and one. Here it is. Fouled toward the third base dugout, but this will get back into the seats, out of play. Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. And this is swung on and missed as Crawford is set down on strikes, 1 away.
Really important time for a strikeout there, guys. Tying run at first, so objective number 1 is straining him on base. And now with 1 out, it becomes a lot more difficult to manufacture that run.
Into the box now, Eduardo Nunez. 0 for 2 on his line thus far. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. The cutter runs outside, ball 1. Runners on first with 1 down. Outside with the cut fastball there, and it's a 2-ball count.
Man, I don't know if they want any part of him. 2 pitches away. I know he's sitting 2-0 now. This will tell us a lot. Will he come in now, or will he continue to stay away?
Two 2-0 pitch on the way. And that one stayed up a little high. He's set. Here's the 3-0. Takes a look at a slider that catches the inside corner.
Now that's a really curious pitch selection. 3-0 and turned to the slider. You have to wonder if maybe he's lost the feel for his fastball.
Runner at first here, 1 man out. Oh, on the ground to short. Could this be 2? Forsythe. Back to Gonzalez, but it's a bit too late, and they'll settle for just the 1 out.
Now batting, left fielder
Denard Span will be called upon here to hit with the game on the line.
Number 2, Denard Span.
Sends that one out of play for strike 1. He'll be looking for something he could drive into the gap and drive home that tying run from first. Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. I just couldn't pull that one back in time. It's 0-2 now. A crowd of over 39,000 on their feet. Quick check on that tying run at first, and he's back standing. And a slider bounces, and that gets away. And not what they were hoping for, as that moves the possible tying run into scoring position.
And as a closer, a wild pitch is the last thing you want to do. His job was to finish this thing off, and he just made his job a lot more difficult. We'll see if he can get dialed in again here on the next pitch.
One strike from a shutout. Here it comes. 1-2 is the cut fastball, but he holds back 2-2. Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. Good eye to lay off the slider there, and he works it to full 3-2 here.
Wow, this is a pretty good at bat right here. From down in the count 0-2 to work the count back to 3-2, and he's seen a lot of pitches too.
Still hanging with him. Another good swing to keep it going. Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery. And he lays off. Ball 4. So he comes right off the bench and works the walk. Usually easier said than done.
The closer is supposed to slam the door on his opponent, but he left the door wide open with a walk there. We'll see if they can capitalize on it.
Sergio Romo gets the call here as he'll try and look for 1 out to finish this thing off.
Sergio Romo.
Connor Gillespie will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here.
Connor Gillespie.
Cold strike at the letters, 0-1.
That pitch looked like it could have been a little high, but he's been calling that pitch all night. Kind of rough for a pinch hitter, but I'm sure his teammates let him know that's where the zone has been.
Lays off the sinker here, a ball and a strike. Even at a ball and a strike, here's the pitch. Taken, called, strike 2, and now they're down to their final strike tonight.
Oh, that was a good-looking slider to hit. He kind of hung him one. When you got a slider right there and it's spinning towards you, that's the one you annihilate.
Has them down to their final strike. Here it comes. And he gets a piece of it here, but it's chopped foul. And he'll try to entice him with the changeup here, but it dips below the knees. It's 2-2.
Well, you don't want to get caught looking for the final out. That's a tough pitch to lay off. Impressive that he did.
Big spot. 2 out, possible tying and go-ahead runs on base. Into center field, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Nunez heads for the plate. And that's going to plate the tying run from second as we've got ourselves a brand new ball game now.
I love the late inning at bats when you come up clutch right there. Big hit, tie this game.
Joe Panic.
Here's Joe Panic as he will take a fastball in there at the knees for strike 1. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. The 0-1 slider, and it's off his glove, and it bounces away. So now 2 men in scoring position. Second and third, 2 away. And ball 4 here on the intentional walk. So now they'll have a force at any base with 2 gone.
Up next for the Giants, center fielder Gorky Hernandez.
So digging in now, Gorky Hernandez, as he'll hit with the go-ahead run at third and 2 away. Here's the first pitch. Now a bunt attempt here. Throw to first in time, and you got to question that decision as the side is retired. So not a good turn of events for this home crowd as now their 9th inning lead is evaporated. Part of the order at 3, 4, and 5 will get their shot in the bottom of the 9th. All tied at 1-1. Denard Span will stay in the ballgame now and take over in left field.
Now playing left field, number 2.
George Cantos enters to do the pitching, and best case scenario for him is to push this one into extra innings.
George Cantos.
Ready now, Justin Turner. He'll be the one to get us going here in the bottom of inning number 9. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. And he swings and pops it foul behind the plate. Posey has a play, 1 out.
Now batting number 23. First baseman, Adrian.
Here's Adrian now. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. Just got a piece of it as it's fouled back. Bases are empty, 1 man out. 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 And that misses 1-1. One and two now.
Might have been taking all the way right there. That pitch couldn't have split the strike zone any better, and you can bet he wants that one back at the plate.
A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Ground ball right into the shift. Panic's got it. Throw right there, and that takes care of Gonzalez. 2 gone down.
The catcher, number 9. Yasmani.
Here's the catcher, Yasmani Grandal. He's 2 for 3 thus far. And he got him out in front that time. Strike 1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Fought off at the plate as it's chopped foul. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2. Now here it comes. And it's to 2-2 now with the bases empty and 2 gone here in the inning.
Boy, that's a tough pitch to lay off, even if you know it's coming. Look, 2-strike slider on the back foot. That's a classic pitch, but he did a nice job of laying off.
Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Never tempted to swing at that ball down low. It's ball 3. Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. Now a swing and a chopper foul right at home plate. The next 3-2. And he lays off ball 4. So now the potential winning run is aboard at first.
The right fielder, number 66. Yasiel
Stepping
Puig.
in, Yasiel Puig has got a chance to end this one and send these fans home happy if he can get a ball deep enough into the gap. And there's one well above the zone for a ball.
Seems like he's just lost the strike zone these last several pitches. He's got a walk, and that pitch right there, that wasn't even close.
The 1-0. And I believe they'll say he broke the plane, as yes he did. It's ruled a strike. From the stretch. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. Belt is going to have room as he puts it away right in front of the dugout for the final out of the inning. So they can't get that winning run home, and that means we'll have to go a little longer tonight to find a winner. 9 can't decide a winner. We'll move ahead to the 10th, all tied at 1-1. Here's the first baseman, Brandon Belt. A hat trick already to his credit in this one, so he's looking to avoid the dreaded golden sombrero here.
Belt.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. A knee-high sinker, tough pitch, strike 1. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. Strike 2 at a pitch that catches the outside corner. Oh, and 2 count. Here's the pitch. And he struck him out again. So that's the old sombrero there, partner. 4 strikeouts in the ballgame.
Beautiful backdoor slider for the punch out right there, guys. When it's tight like this one was, it looks like a fastball off the plate, then darts back at the corner at the last second. Locked them up completely with that one.
Stepping in now, Buster Posey. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1-for-4 day. The 0-1 pitch. Fouled straight back. Now the 0-2 pitch. Got him on a good slider there. Swung on and missed as he's down on strikes for the second time tonight.
Wow, talk about mowing him down. How about 2 strikeouts on 6 pitches? He isn't messing around, and these last 2 batters have had no answer for what he's throwing up there.
Stepping up now, Hunter Pence. First 2 men in the inning have both gone down via the punch out, so we'll see if he can fare any better. He's set. Here it comes. First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1. The 1-0 now to Pence. Way in front of a great slider that time. Hit hard towards second, and that is just past his outstretched glove, and that ought to be a base hit. Stepping up to the plate, Brandon Crawford. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. Here's the first pitch. Takes a knee-high fastball.
Well, he got that first pitch, got him looking right there. With a star hitter like this guy, it is always good to get ahead in the count.
The 0-1. Line foul into the seats over the Dodger dugout. Now the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a ball hit well to the right side, but this will get into the crowd. Ready with another 2-strike offering. Lays off that time, and it's 1-2. 2 out with the possible go-ahead run at first. On the ground up the middle. That gets through, and he'll reach base again on his second base hit of the game.
Breaking his heart, Matt. Breaking his heart. You got 2 quick outs. He's thinking he's going to cruise through this thing, and now look at him. Boom, boom. Base hits coming back at you. That's why you have to complete the inning.
Into the box, Eduardo Nunez, as he swings and lifts it in the air out to left field. And that's going to fall for a base hit. Now the relay home, but it is not in time as they take the lead here in the late going.
Oh, they're playing small ball this inning, Matt. Back-to-back-to-back singles.
Standing in now, Denard Span, as the first pitch to him is taken low and away for ball 1. Reached base via the walk in his first plate appearance. And Span will watch another one miss. It's 2-0 now.
This inning really feels like it's getting away from him out there. As a reliever, you can't let that happen. Nothing you can do about what's already happened, and it's only going to get worse if you're not focusing on the guy in the batter's box.
Looking to keep this a one-run game. The pitch. Well, this won't get by the shortstop as he's there to take it in for the third out. Giants will have to be content with just the one. So now we'll see if these guys can get even in the bottom of inning number 10. It's the Giants 2 and the Dodgers 1. And now Boch is going to make his way out toward home plate, and it looks like we'll see a double switch here. Mark Melanson takes the ball, looking to make sure this game goes no further. Save situation here in inning number 10.
Number 41, Mark Melanson. Now playing left field and batting in the 8th spot.
At the plate, Jock Peterson. 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts for him to this point in the ball game. And this one's not close. It's in the dirt for ball 1. Comes back with the cutter and gets it by him. 1-1 now. Here's the pitch. 1-2.
1-2.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss got him reaching. The throw to first is in time. 1 down.
When your closer comes in and strikes out the first guy he faces, everyone on the team can kind of take a deep breath. Still have 2 more outs to get, but retiring that leadoff guy is always huge when you're trying to shut a game down.
Into the windup and the pitch. Swing and a liner, but this is a foul ball. Set to deliver the 0-1. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 delivery. And there's a pitch that just misses the inside corner. 1 out, nobody on. Cut fastball that time, but he doesn't bite, and now it's 3-1.
Well, this has been a good job to work the count from 0-1 to 3-1, and now he's really in the driver's seat to see a heater that he can do something with.
And this will be nowhere close as his control deserts him here. It's a 5-pitch walk.
Just a nice piece of hitting right there, especially in extra innings. He didn't try to win the thing by himself or be a hero. He just patiently worked the at-bat until he earned the walk. We'll see if his teammates can pick him up now.
Scott Van Slyke will be called upon here to hit with the game on the line. Runners going. Pitch inside. The throw. Oh, and Posey has a cannon. He's gone at second base.
Well, he showed a lot of patience to work out that walk, but it got erased pretty quickly. Always hate to give outs away on the base pass, especially when you've gotten on base for free.
2 out, nobody on. And that's in there for his strike. 1-1.
Matt, this is one of those games that has that guy right there, his head scratching. He's trying to figure out, how do I get these guys going? We may see a team meeting to motivate them a little bit better.
Melanson's ready. 1-1 on its way. Favorable call in there for a strike. Two out, 2 strike offering. Here it is. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
Hey, it took them an extra frame to do it, but hey, they're not going to complain as they lock up a nice road victory here in 10 innings.
close one tonight, 2-1 the final score. So that'll just about do it. For Harold Reynolds, Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, don't forget to check out theshownation.com.